I've sent it, sir.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Very good evening, one and all. Today we are going to have 2 sessions on the same topic by different speakers, self-love during crisis time. When I contacted today's speaker, Dr. Rama ma'am, can you please take a session, see given the 3 topics. And now we can see that there are many people doesn't know how to love themselves. There are many incidences, suicidal ideations, and there is a crisis over there. So they don't know how to love themselves. So today we need to understand that what is self-love, then how we can develop the skills to love yourself. So with us to share the knowledge and learning by Rama. She is a trained professional. I'm going to just introduce about the profile. It is a lengthy profile. Rama Deenadayalan is a counseling psychologist, psychotherapist, a trained counselor in more than 15 years, and she was trained by Dr. Yamma Conslaves. And she is a professional supervisor of ACA abroad. And he is having training on geriatric counseling, career counseling. She was a former school psychologist of the Wellbeing Residential School, Chennai. And she had a lot of experience with the government and non-government institutions as a counselor. And now we can see that if you many organizations inviting and having that MOE with Rama Deenadayalan for having that online counseling in 24/7. I think she is helping somebody else. One of the altruistic person I have seen, and he is specialized in many fields. One of the important fields is some of the fields are called NLP. Cognitive behavior therapy, transaction analysis, and pranic healing. There are many more goals, and she's having a private practice at Fountain Plaza, Egmore, Chennai. You can contact her at 9791132431. Ma'am, on behalf of the Department of Psychology, American College, Madras Plus Social of Chennai, Chellamuthu Institute of Madurai, I welcome you for this session, ma'am. We are eagerly waiting for your session. Please share your learning with us. The floor is open.
Good evening, Suresh, Kumar, sir, and the team for this webinar sessions. So all this time I've been a participant looking at all you. So I feel learning has to happen every day is my thing. Because if we do not update our knowledge, it is, we cannot be counseling the current scenario every day. And we see a lot of problems that are coming up now and then. So if we have to be in sync with the current scenario and all the changing developments and other things, so we have to be update with whatever is going on in the current even today. So when you take up COVID, I think we need a lot of thing on COVID also knowledge. So here I'm taking up this self-love as because why I've taken this topic is first of all, I like to thank the American College for giving me this chance to speak here. So I think, can I go ahead with the session, sir?
You can proceed, ma'am. Can I share the PPT?
Yes, sir. I've sent it, sir.
Okay. 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, good evening, all participants. So I've just taken up self-love here. Self-love here means we, all of us, whether men or women in the family, we are all head of the families, and we are more concerned about the people around us. And most of the time we forget about ourselves. We may be the head of the family or the women in the family, whatever it is. So somewhere or the other, we are missing on ourselves. So the first here I've taken up a self-love during crisis time. So self-love here is, I would explain more on self-love. So you can just see the slide. Be you, love you, always and always. Okay, so I want you all to love yourself. All the participants who are in the program here, I want all of you to love yourselves in all the ways that you can. Okay, and always, I know only when we love ourselves, we can love others. The next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. So I've just given a simple definition. I'm not going for the psychological definitions here. Self-love is defined as the love for self or the regard for one's own well-being and happiness. So we have to love ourselves, the person whom we are, just the way we are, accept ourselves the way we are. And that is what. And so for the well-being ourselves, and now with the current scenario with the COVID, there are so many things happening. And so we may not have a regular, we are not used to the regular work. So we have to be locked up inside 24 by 7. We have to be catering to all the people. Okay. And we will have a professional work also, and we will have our other work also. It is just balancing. So what happens is, when we balance this, what happens to ourselves is, we automatically tend to ignore us. Okay, in those days you would have seen in many of the olden days movies that people would be serving food, and that somebody would be asking for amma innu konja sadam appadi saapaadu kepanga. The mother will come from inside. She won't even sit along in those days, sit along and eat with everyone. So what she would do is, she would give the food, pass on to them, and then she would just not go. But that is not the case nowadays, because most of the time we all have the meal together. If not at least one time a day, we all should have a meal together at the table or sitting at the floor, anything. Okay, let that slide be there, sir. We'll move on to it later. So I'll just finish on the general ones. Yes, sir. So I've not put most of the contents on the slide. It is only because I want all of you to listen. It is more practical session. So the slides are just pictures and other things. So why we need to regard ourselves is, only see, if I'm strong enough myself, only I can look upon other people. I can take care of other people. Isn't that true? Yes, you can chat, put your comment there. Isn't that true? If I'm taking care of myself only, okay, I can take care of other people. So just to take care of myself, is it that only just giving myself the care and thinking, okay, I'm taking the food and other things, will that be enough? No, we need to take care of the inner self also. Okay, so when we take care of the inner self, there are lots of things that we have to do. The first thing is, we have to take care of the inner self. And most of you all would have been knowing that we tend to ignore ourselves. When we tend to ignore ourselves, we are not moving into, and most of the time the inner self holds a lot of trauma in themselves. Okay, it would have been a childhood trauma, or it would have any trauma, any sort of incident, somebody telling that. If you keep holding it inside, how does it, I mean, mountain up, it just goes, piles up and piles up. How does it pile up? Is when there is a trauma already inside, and when it is not healed, the other things goes and piles up on it. So all I would say is, you have to heal the inner child. So when you heal the inner child, the medicine for that is none other than this self-love that we are talking today. Okay? This self-love, that is, you will start loving yourself. Whoever talks to you, whoever hurts you, whoever comments on you, nothing is going to affect you. Okay? So you will all be happy with that. Next slide, sir. So here you can see that self-love and compassion are the keys of mental health and well-being, and keeping the depression and anxiety at bay. So during this COVID time, why I'm taking this topic is, if you're not going to have self-love and compassion for yourself, automatically your mental health goes down, your stress increases. As your stress increases, your mental health goes down. Slowly we are getting into that anxiety. All of us are sailing in the anxiety of COVID, but with the mounted other work and other things, everyone, when all of us at home, each one will have see, because we are not used to sitting inside, so immediately one person will snap at the other, and other person will snap at you. When they do this, what happens is, immediately we start reacting. So what, when you start loving yourself, you would pause, you would not react immediately, but you would tell them later on. You would pause, that pause would come there. All of us need that pause, and hence I've taken this the self love topic here. Self love also help us to accept our weaknesses and strength. So each of us have our weaknesses and strength, And most of the time, you would have heard this when you were small at school. People would have always been commented with you at your shortcomings. So these shortcomings keep coming into your mind now and then, and it is again mounted up as a small trauma or pain inside. When somebody passes a comment on it, immediately from the hurt inside, it starts growing up, and you snap back at them. Okay, so first of all, if you have self love for yourself, you will accept your weaknesses and strength, and also the shortcomings. This is me. This is me. Whoever I am, this is me. Okay. However, physically, however I look, how whatever the I may be short, never mind. This is me. I will start accepting myself because I love myself as a person. This love is not for the physical appearance. It is more for the inner self, the person who you are individually. Okay, self love is a state of appreciation for oneself. So it is like, most of the time, if you feel down also, just go to your room and just give a tap on your shoulder like this. Okay, a state of appreciation for oneself. Like in TA, we give positive strokes to one another. Now we may not meet, we are all social animals, but we are not meeting one another now. So we can give ourselves a positive stroke just by saying, oh, come on, you're fine. Just the word of saying you're fine, this will help a lot in you. It supports in your physical, your psychological, and your spiritual growth. This self love is essential to reduce our self criticism and of others as well. So we also stop criticizing others. And when others criticize ourselves, also, we do not take it in our mind. Yes. So as we move on to the next slide, here I would have said that I would have posted the slide here as self care because I consider self love as self care. If you really care for yourself, all you need is to love yourself. It is not selfish. Loving the self is not selfish because if I don't love myself, I cannot love the people around me, first of all, in my house. Okay? My family members, my neighbors, my community, then coming to other professionals. If I don't love myself, I will not love others. So I cannot serve from an empty vessel. So first I love myself and then I can love others. You can't give away what you don't have. So basically, you should have that love from within yourself. You can't love others if you don't have love for yourself. And again, your capacity to feel the pain is equal to your capacity to love yourself. If you can feel a little pain, you are capable of loving yourself too. If this can happen, that can also happen. And you are worthy and honored of being loved. At any point of time, all of you, there are many psychologists here. You can read books on Louis Hay written about self love. Yes, the next one. So I meant love, the inner self. Here, when things change inside you, things change around you. So what happens first? I change inside me. That is, I start loving myself. So when I start loving myself around me, if somebody is going to comment on me, say, okay, some today the food or the gravy didn't come up nice, and somebody is criticizing me, I'll think, okay, it's okay. Okay, that attitude will slowly develop. It needs a long. It will not happen immediately. If you're going to start doing the exercise of self-love today itself, it will not happen. Slowly, slowly, slowly the love bubble inside you has to become bigger and bigger and bigger, that your aura around you has to be so big in self-love that none of the criticism attacks your body or your mind. Okay, so that is the way you should have the love bubble around you. Okay, so stop all the criticism. Okay, when I start loving the inner self, I stop all the criticism given first by myself. For example, looking at the mirror, oh God, you don't look good. You're too short. Okay, you are this, you are that complexion, you are this complexion, your nose is like this, your eyes are like that. All such things keep coming in your mind. First of all, this is the self that I am. Whatever I am, tall or short, okay, however I look, okay, I will be like this. If somebody has mentioned slides are not changing, there are a little bit of slides. The contents are not on the slides. It is correct only. Sir is going by it only. I'm speaking from because I want you to hear to the content. It is more practical. The previous slides, sir, I've not finished it. There are not many slides because most of you are only with the PowerPoints and not with the contents. So I want to give more contents here. So those are just keywords there on that. So I have to stop the criticism of myself first, saying, no, I cannot do this. Today morning I get up. Oh, it's again a lockdown. That's the thing that comes to my mind. It's again a lockdown. What am I going to do? I'm not going to do. It's boring. Life is boring. Okay. No, if I love myself, I will explore doing things. It can be a small thing. It can be a creativity. It can be a small paper cutting that I'm doing. There are a lot of YouTube channels. Creativity is one thing that gives you so much love and for yourself. And when you start creating, you are so happy also. Okay. So what happens is it can be that a small dish, a small help, all of you in the family together join and work and see how it goes on. And then if somebody is going to criticize you also, it stops. You will not absorb it into yourself because you are with the self-love and it will not hurt you. Next, nurture and uplift yourself. This self love helps you to uplift yourself. So you see most of the people, they are always bubbling with energy. They are not all the time low. Okay, even when they are sick, they pass on a smile. You see the nurses in the hospitals today. Okay, they are wearing the PPE, they are wearing everything, but aren't they taking care of all the doctors during the doctors and the nurses? Aren't they taking care of all the patients? They are also succumb to this COVID. They can also become turned positive, but they sacrifice everything and go there because they nurture themselves and they uplift themselves. So why can't we also do that in our level? It's not like everybody have to go and help only the COVID patients in the hospital. At home, if we nurture the people around us, it will automatically step by step, little by little, whatever I can, let us do. I can do this or I can do that. It's not that I have to do something big only. It can be small. Once we start little, a little bit of time for the others, for myself, for the people around me, and for others. This is the way it has to be. So prioritize yourself first. Okay. So most of the time you land up with a negative thought in your mind. So when you get a negative thought, oh, I will not do this. I don't think I can take up. If I go for this course, I don't think I can go up for this course. I will not finish this because earlier I took one, so I did not do it. Not at all. Replace it with a positive, substitute it with a positive thought. And there would have been images where you would have lost, you would have failed in your life. Okay. Replace the negative image with the positive image. These are steps to love the self. So otherwise, you will be putting yourself as I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. Instead, replace. I'm removing that image from my mind. I'm just going to remove that negative image from my mind. I'm going to think, I will win. Okay. And it will be possible. It is always I will. Okay. And with the I will, replace the negative image with the positive image. Always be gentle and kind to your inner self. Because if you're gentle and kind to yourself, you will also be gentle and kind to the other person. Here's the next slide, sir. So look at this slide, we have the inner circle and the outer circle. If you look at the inner circle, the things that are in the inner circle are things I can control, and the outer circle is things outside my control. You would have seen this style, this slide or the picture many a time at many places. So what are the things that I can control? I can control my words, my words, my activities, okay? Then my ideas, my play, that is my action, okay? My efforts, my mistakes, and my behavior. That's the main thing. These are only coming under my control. So first of all, so my behavior is under whose control? It's under my control. Outside control, I do not know what are other people's mistakes. That it will be there. Other people's ideas, other people's behavior, their play, everything is there. But it is outside my control. So I'm not even going to read it. Okay. It is since it is outside my control, I'm only concerned about what is inside my control, how I am going to behave with the people. Okay, my behavior will be affected by people outside, but that is where my love for myself will think I'm not going to hurt myself. So my behavior should not be affected by the behavior of others. So if somebody is going to shout at me, what I can do is I can just move off from that place and move to the room and come back after 10 minutes and say, it pained when you told that way. And automatically they'll say a sorry. It's always good to say a sorry and thank you with the family members than going and telling to. We always think it should be told only with the outer world, but we forget about the people around us. The sorry and thank you helps a lot to develop our relationship. Come on, the word here, self-hatred. So how many of you have this self-hatred? How many of you feel, you can put in the comment box, how many of you think, no, I don't like this, I don't like this in me, I don't like this, I don't like this. Okay, so how many of you have the self-hatred? Yes, I can see one. Okay, yes, me. Only one person. Okay, any others? Okay, so people who hate themselves. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. So I will come back to you during the discussion. So I see a lot of this self-hatred. I will tell you how to go with it. Why do I hate myself? Because my self-esteem is low. Okay, why is my self-esteem low? Because my thoughts are so. So what do I do? That is why I'm hating myself. Okay, so what you have to do is raise your self esteem. To raise your self esteem, raise your self confidence. Okay, so this is like a chain. And to raise your self confidence, you need to have your love for yourself. Okay, start changing your thoughts. Remove the guilt that you hold inside you, as it creates a punishment. Most of the time, we all hold this guilt inside ourselves. It is past. Let us throw away the past. Past, it is like, when you want to move a step forward in your life, it is like, the past pain is like a huge iron ball, which is tied up with a thick iron chain, and you put it tied up in your leg. And can you move forward with that big iron chain? That is the pain, that is the past pain. Can you drag it and move forward? First of all, you can't drag it with your leg. And can you move forward? You will not be able to move forward in your life. If you're not able to move forward, that guilt is holding you. So what are you going to do? You need to throw away that guilt. Always be in the here and now. Not even, we do not know about the future, later on future, but we can think about tomorrow or the near future. So remove the guilt, as it creates a punishment in ourselves. This punishment in our mind, it creates pain. Automatically create pain. And the pain affects our emotions. And now, since we are in a lockdown, all these guilt feelings are coming up. Okay? The pain affects our emotion, and painful emotions are stored in the long term, and it creates a trauma. So most of the time we use NLP to remove this trauma, or mindful exercises to remove this trauma. Okay. So bring control of over yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Okay. To create a wonderful world. So if you can love yourself, you will create a wonderful world. Yes, sir. Next slide, sir. Yes. The more I love myself, the better I feel about myself. Okay, I feel better. I will feel fresh. Even when I'm not well, if I love myself, I will feel better. I will feel like getting up out of the bed. Otherwise, I will be lying in the bed because mentally I'm down. I don't like myself. That hatred is there, self hatred is there. So I don't feel like getting up from the bed. I don't feel like doing. But you see, self actualizers, they keep on doing this or that or this or that. Okay, why is that? Because they love themselves. Okay, so love yourself the way you look, however you are, whether you are an achiever or on the process of development, or even if you are at the first step of your growth. Okay, maybe you are just started. You've completed your first year or moving on to the second year, or you've completed you're at the lower hierarchy and moving on to the next step. So now you are on the process of development. Yes, that is where you are. Accept where you are and think that you have to move one step further. Always it is just going one step by one step by one step. Okay, because even when there is a fall, if you trip down also, it will be only one step. The fall will not hurt you. But if you take a big leap and if you slide, it's going to be a big fall. So it is always step by step. Your growth has to be step by step, a small process. Okay. And accept wherever you are, whatever age you may be. Okay. Age is not at all a barrier for anyone to love yourself. Even if you're 60 or 70, you can love yourself now. Even if you have just started you are in your 16 or your 17s, also love yourself, because you remove all the blocks in your body. Your emotions start acting that way. So when you love yourself, you start, thinking for others and work for others. Okay. Love yourself for being there. Yes. Next slide, sir. So this is one of the psychologists, Lynn Namka, whom I'm following on Facebook. She's an American psychologist. I always love her quote, so I thought I would share it with you. The art of being gentle with oneself and others is a necessary skill to develop when changing lifelong behaviors. So you have to learn the art of being gentle with yourself. If you learn that art of being gentle with yourself, you will be gentle with others also. And when you are gentle, you are also not developing, the others are also developing, and automatically it changes their lifelong behaviors. Do what is right for you. No one else is walking in your shoes. So just because that person told, I am like this, I am like this, they criticized me, they bullied me, I need not hold it. I know who I am. I am this person. I love myself and I've accepted myself. So I just don't bother about others' comments. So the next one, there are some points that I need to say which are not on the slide. Next slide, sir. Yes. See, each of us are unique. Okay. So we all know each of us are unique. So most of the time we bring down ourselves by comparing ourselves with others. So let's not compare. If you love yourself more, you will never, never, never compare yourself with anybody, because you are you for yourself. And just think, I always have this thought, I'm enough. I'm enough. This is me. If I want, I will develop, but I will never compare myself with another person and say, I want to be like them. I can just tell this. When I did go to these corporation schools, the Chennai corporation schools, and I went for a pre-board training and I trained them. I just asked a 10th standard kid, what is your ambition? What do you want? She got up in that classroom and said, ma'am, I want Mahalakshmi's mark, she said. I still remember the name also. It was long time back. I just put a question to her. I asked her, why do you want Mahalakshmi's mark? No, ma'am, she gets high marks. Okay, so I said, why don't you say, I want high marks for myself instead of saying, I want Mahalakshmi's mark? It's not like we need somebody else's mark. So we have to think that way. I do not want what they have. I should know what I want in my life, what I need, what are my needs. Only if I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink water. I just don't drink water if somebody else is thirsty. Same way, I told the girl, you do not want Mahalakshmi's mark, it is her mark. What do you want? Then she thought for some time. Then she realized, no, I want to get more marks. So what does your more marks mean? I want to get 80 marks, 80%. That is you. That is what you want. So look for what you want. Each of you be unique and think of your goals and what you want. And don't think they have done this, they have done that. Let me also do that. No. What suits me at my pace, at my level, at my speed, I'm going to learn it. Okay. So all of us are unique and we are enough for ourselves. So you are enough for yourself. Okay. Yes. The next slide. Here, Louis Hay says, love is the great miracle cure. Okay, so it is a great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. Okay, loving ourselves works miracles in our life. So you can start on. So today will be day one for all of you. Those who have not started this small exercise, start loving yourself, accept yourself, look yourself at the mirror. Okay, look at your eyes in the mirror, look deep into it. Just say when you get up in the morning, fresh from the bed, get up and stand before the mirror. If it is a common room, go to the bathroom and look at the mirror and just say, I love you. And give a smile. With the smile, say, I love you. If you're going to say that, I love you thrice, automatically and pass on a smile, it gets stored in your subconscious mind when you say that. And beginning, it is just words, 3-letter words, okay? This is just 3 words that we are saying, I love you. But when it gets stored in our subconscious mind, what happens is slowly, we start loving ourselves. And when we start loving ourselves, we start loving every human being on this world. Be it the Chinese or be it anybody else, we will love them as human beings. Okay? The rest will happen. But we as human beings will love everyone for their life. Yes, next slide, sir. So we have a small exercise here. This exercise, if you want, I can share this slide with you all. So if you want to change, you can use these affirmations of self-love, and you can say, can all of you just, 1 or 2 of you unmute yourself? Only 2 of you? Any 2 of you? Can I hear you? Yes. So only 2 of you will be here with an unmuted mic. The others will be there. The others can close your eyes. All of you close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale slowly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale slowly. Close your eyes. We are going to say something which all of you can say at your homes. There's the 2 of you who have joined with me with unmuted mics. We are going to start. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I bring immense value to the world.
I bring immense
value
value
to the world.
I am perfect just as I am.
I am perfect just as I am.
I am truly blessed.
I am truly blessed.
I am blessed. I am a blessing to the community
Blessing
I am
to
a blessing to the community
and to the people I serve.
and to the people I serve.
I deserve to be happy.
I deserve to be happy.
My flaws are transformed into gift and blessings.
My flaws are transformed into gifts and blessings.
I reflect the perfection of the universe.
I reflect the perfection of the universe.
The world is a better place because I am here.
The world is a better place because I am here.
I need to correct that because I'm also here there. Okay, that also is missing there. Okay, I take full responsibility for my life
I take full responsibility for my life
and accept who I am.
and accept who I am.
I attract and surround myself
I attract and surround myself
with positive people because I deserve it.
because I deserve it.
I am enough.
I am enough.
I am valuable.
I am valuable.
I am perfect.
I am perfect.
whole and complete.
whole and complete.
I am lovable.
I am lovable.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I am love.
I am love.
I am loved.
I am worthy of abundant love.
I am
worthy of abundant love.
And happiness and joy.
and happiness
Happiness and joy.
Just now take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Previous slide, sir. Inhale and exhale. And you can open your eyes slowly. So what have we done today? Can you see that bottle in the image there? We have sown the seed of love today inside ourselves. Okay? You can repeat these affirmations every day for about 21 days and see the change that happens in you. Okay? So we are just sowing the seed of self-love today, and we are doing this. Okay? So you owe yourself the love that you so freely give to other people. Okay? So let the slide be there. We can open to questions. No, not this one, previous one. So let this slide will come at the last. Yes, questions?
Yes, thank you, Rama ma'am, for
Thank
that wonderful session.
Thank you.
All I could say is you're perfect, whole and complete. You're loved, you're love, and let abundant love, happiness, and joy be with you forever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Open for question and answers.
Yes.
Participants, whoever have questions, kindly raise your hands so that we can streamline it. Yes, we have question from Merlin Shaila. Merlin ma'am, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Merlin.
Ma'am, it's a very nice session, ma'am, and thank you so much for bringing this topic over here because it is very, new and no one is concerned about it. So thank you
Okay.
so much, ma'am.
Merlin,
And
yes, your question.
yes, ma'am. I have few questions, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. So, ma'am, self-love is okay, but sometimes self-love will it not develop into an inflated self-love? On the other hand, it will lead to inflated self-esteem,
Yes,
and
yes.
they don't care for the, sometimes criticisms are also good. We do need criticisms, and we do need feedbacks from the elders. So will that not create an attitude like I don't care attitude? So later I remember this movie, ma'am, like a Hindi movie, which is
No, let's go one by one. The first question, that there are too many questions, then I'll forget it. So so Suresh, so move on to the last slide because that slide gives the answer. The last slide. Yes. Now the first question that you asked is too much. No, I feel something. Can you come on again?
ma'am, inflated self-love.
Yes. So look at my last slide that I did not take it up. Self-love is the greatest medicine. So any medicine has to be on the dosage that you have to take. If it goes a little beyond the dosage, what happens? So you would have seen a lot of research papers telling that self-love leads to narcissism. Self-love will not directly lead you to narcissism. You should not think I am the person, okay, I am the only person who's capable of everything and keep one crown on my head. Then what will happen? Then of course narcissism. Criticisms in the sense like you are talking about general criticisms. General criticisms are, it doesn't cause much pain, but but makes you grow. That is of course essential comments. But if it is criticism, for example, I've had a lot of clients coming up and they are all in their 20s and 25s, they have this pain in them. They say, I'm not going to get married. Why? மேம் எனக்கெல்லாம் யாரு மேம் மாப்பிள்ளை கிடைப்பாங்க, நான் இவ்வளவு கருப்பா இருக்கேன், யார் சொன்னமா கருப்பா இருக்க, யூ லுக் சோ பியூட்டிஃபுல், ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் இவ்வளவு அழகா இருக்கே. நோ நோ, எங்க அம்மா எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவாங்க நீ கருப்பா இருக்க உனக்கு பையனே கிடைக்காது அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்க. சோ இது சோ அந்த that hurt is they stored. So what do I have to do? If I make an automatically on top of this layer by layer by layer, what she heard in her smallest age, and she kept on increasing her pain, and it has got inflated the other way.
Okay.
Okay. So what we have to do is let us not get overinflated always. We need confidence. All of us need self-confidence, but not overconfidence. Always
Okay.
remember, we need self-confidence, not overconfidence. Criticism to a level, but if it is going to stop us from growing, we have to love ourselves and remove the criticism. Okay. Then when you have the self-love and somebody is going to criticize you, you will think it as a development, and it is going to be a growth step for you. That will not hurt you then. Did you get an answer?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Okay.
so much, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, next
Thanks a
one.
lot.
Yes, welcome.
Yes,
I
thank
got
you.
the answer for that. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you, ma'am.
okay.
Yes, thank you, Marilyn. Next question is from Shweta Sunil Vijay Naik.
Yes.
Shweta.
We can close the slide, sir. Shweta, yes, Shweta, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Shweta.
Ma'am, so I have been a person who's never been able to open myself so freely to anyone.
Oh,
Major because of my body size.
okay.
I'm on the overweight size. So I've right from birth, like right from small,
Okay.
whenever we used to attend classes and
Okay.
everything,
Hmm.
I was never been able to, I was always afraid of exposing myself because people used to make fun of my weight.
Hmm.
So basically, right from first standard till now, even now in my college times,
Hmm.
I am a person who actually loves to, get into activities, creativity, but I've always suppressed down because of my weight, and I'm unable to even lose it. So
Okay. Okay. Today, okay. Today is the
yeah,
first day. You will start loving yourself the way you are. Okay. Accept yourself. Okay. And
Okay.
when there is nothing, like nothing can't be done. Okay.
Okay.
If you feel I am fine this way, you will be happy that way. If you want to reduce, that is up to you. We are not saying no to it. Okay. But accept the way you are. This is me. Let me accept for how I am. And as you said, from small age, you said you don't open up a lot.
Yeah.
And one more thing after that, you said,
I was always suppressed down because I used to be scared, because people used to make fun of me because of my size, my thoughts. I was never able to expose myself much.
okay. See,
Today also with great difficulty I'm talking this out.
no, not at all. You can actually come up on video. I would be happy if you come up on video, because we have started self-love. That shows an initial point that you are accepting yourself. Do you have a video?
Oh,
Yes.
right now, yeah, I'm just trying. 1 second.
Yes, Veena, please give some little time for her. Today is the time she's opening up. So let this webinar. I'm happy to see you, Shweta. A very big
Thank
clap
you,
from all of the people here. Yes. Clap for
Thank
her.
you so much.
Yes, Shweta, you are awesome and cute. You look cute. What more do you want? Okay? Love the cuteness in your face. What more do you want? Take all the
Ma'am.
positives in you. Okay? Throw away the negatives. Work on your positives and love your positives. Okay? Will you? Put your thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, will you? Okay. The next question. Yes. Veena, remind me that the time has gone up. Yes.
Thank you,
Next.
ma'am.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, next question.
Thank you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you, Rama ma'am. Next
Thank you.
question is from Satyabama ma'am. Ma'am, can
Okay.
you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Great message, Rama.
Yes, good evening, Satyabama.
Yes, great message.
Thank
And
you.
nice to see you in the screen. Great.
Okay.
Just wanted to know, see you and get into the insights of what you're going to help me out.
Okay.
But it was a great message for me today. I love the session.
So start loving yourself from today. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Do not
Definitely.
throw away those negatives and think of your positives and
Yes.
come up with your positives.
Yes.
So we have the affirmations. If I want, I can share with you all. Okay, it will be shared today itself.
Rama, Suresh, Kumar.
Yes. Thank you, Satyabama.
Yeah, fine.
Yes,
We have
next.
we have question from Neha.
Yes.
Neha, can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Neha. Good evening.
Good evening. I was just wondering, it's so easy for us to love other people, but why is it so hard for us to accept ourselves and love ourselves?
Yes. Just a minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
Why
okay.
is it difficult to accept ourselves?
When it's so easy to accept other people's flaws.
Yes, because we think we should not. We have to keep. There are some. There are some people who think we should always be perfect. Okay,
Mm.
100% perfect. Okay, even I was in that circle. Okay, I won't say
Yeah.
only others. Even I was in that circle who think always. Okay, so when I did my first self-love presentation, the first thing is all those people who have this guilt are always looking for 100% perfectionism. So when I
Yeah.
created that itself, the first presentation, what happened, my laptop did not work and the audio went off. Okay, my one of the points there was we have to accept for not keep on looking for 100% perfectionism. So that day when it did not work, my self-love presentation, it was another one. When it did not work well, I accepted it for how it did not work. I did not look for
Mm.
that perfectionism. I gave whatever I could. Okay, and that was a day. Accept your flaws. When you start accepting, it will take some time because we are not used to it. In the beginning, even I was not used to it because I was uh, trained that way. Okay, my dad will say you have to be dressed up 24/7, perfect. Okay, what to do? I've been brought up that way. Suddenly, I can't change. So slowly, evolving. Okay, now we have all these webinars and we attend. When I grew up, I didn't have all those things. So now we have a
Yeah.
lot. We are training. So what? Let us start from today. Think this is your first point today. I said, think today is the starting point. Accept the
Yeah.
flaw. Okay, forgive yourself for making that mistake. Never mind, Neha, that you made this mistake. Next time, we will see that we do not make this. Okay, you
Yeah.
encourage yourself. You will not make that mistake. Let's not look for 100% perfectionism. Yes, thank you, Neha. Next question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Rama ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
so that was really wonderful session we had. And participants kindly send your queries and feedback to mywebinarfeedback@gmail.com. Now I request Suresh Kumar sir to please place vote of thanks.
Okay.
Yes, it's my great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
I had an opportunity to see as a participant for most of the sessions. But
Okay.
today, as a presenter, I enjoyed a lot. Even in that self-love prompts are very interesting. And definitely, I have stored these things. I will practice myself. After
Okay.
21 days, I will update you, ma'am, regarding my.
Okay, one more thing, sir. Suresh, sir, I would like to tell as a point.
Yes.
This affirmations, each one can change it according to themselves.
Okay, fine.
Okay, because some person may have some thing in their mind as a negative, which are they are holding it. They can add on to this, and they can, change it according to themselves. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Christine sir is that. Sir, can you propose vote of thanks?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Hello?
Nand sir.
Yeah, he's there.
Yes.
Vote of thanks. Unmute.
A few words from Krishnan sir.
I think
Unmute yourself, sir, because Rama
Question
ma'am, Krishnan sir, and myself, we go way back to 2005. So that's the bonding we have. So
Yes.
a few words from you, Krishnan sir.
Yes.
okay.
Yes, Krishnan, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
sir.
yes, Krishnan, sir.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah, Rama, I've been, I didn't, I think, I missed the first 10 minutes
Okay.
because, it didn't strike me that, we are supposed to start at 5. Suddenly I realized, then I got in. And
Okay.
thank you very much. It is a very important topic. So if we don't love ourselves, if self-love is not there, then we will be longing for, love from
Crave.
outside.
Yes.
Craving.
Craving.
That is very evident. So, it is an excellent topic that you had taken, and, you have delivered nicely, and thank you so very much.
Thank you.
So on behalf of Department of Psychology of American College in Madurai, and our team and other institutions which are tied up with us, and the core team members, Veena, Chandra, Ekta, Shubha, Akshay Lakshmi, Ananda Lakshmi, Bharati, with all and Ilayaraja. So all together, we I accept our sincere thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are always, you are a blessing, and it's been a good time for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So participants will meet in a short while, not tomorrow, in a short while at 6:30 with yet another wonderful session. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rama ma'am, for the wonderful session.
Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.